think a lot of people think of sort of scouting and cubs as they just go camping. We don't just go camping. We do loads of different things, and they learn so much. They learn things in scouting that they don't learn elsewhere, that they don't get to experience elsewhere.
Young leaders as well, which we are both young leaders. I've put that on my CV and it's helped me get a job.
We put something back in scouting because what all the leaders have helped us through scouting and taught us everything we know, we can give that back to the younger scouts, and so they can go through it to explorers and have all these opportunities there waiting for them. Because I'm a young leader at Scouts, and there's a couple of other people as well, and we've done young leader nights where we run the whole night and the leaders just sit back and relax.
I think for young people, when they get to 14, they want to take on more responsibility, and we can provide that in ex-Boy Scout units with young people running programmes, but often they want to lead people who are younger than them and develop their own leadership skills and their own leadership styles. And the Young Leader Scheme adds such a sense of vibrancy to our Scout groups.
Scouting helps young people by being able to be part of a team, part of a group, working together to achieve an aim and objective. Teamwork, the ability to open up and be a different person.
When we first moved to the area, there was no scout group available. My husband, he was in a scout when he was younger, and we really wanted something for our children. We've been running for nearly 3 years now, and we've got 70 children.
I believe it makes them confident, it teaches them the skills of team building, reliability and responsibility. So I think these are very important in the society they live in, to be able to be confident and give them the opportunity to experience adventure that they wouldn't have otherwise.
So just give me 1 week and you will fall in love with scouting.
Scouting is all about bringing fun, challenge and everyday adventure to everyone and at every level. But it's also about the positive impact we have on the lives of young people, our adult volunteers and our community.
Okay, so it's just an introductory video. I'll introduce myself. My name's Alan Noak. I'm District Commissioner for Deal, Walmer, Sandwich area. Basically we've got 8 groups already, and we're hoping that Aylesham will be our 9th group. So that is the plan. But to do that, we need to make sure that we've got enough adults to support the young people. So that's sort of why we're here tonight. I am recording it as well. There's quite a few people that really wanted to be here tonight, so I thought if I recorded it, then we can actually send it out afterwards as well, and people can have a listen to the discussion. None of you are on film, I hate to add, so it's just me that's on film. Unless you come into this area, that's your call. But I wanted to start with the aim of the Scout Association, and it's not particularly well focused, so let's see if we can focus it a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so what we're looking at is developing young people, and we're looking at their physical, intellectual, social and spiritual potential, so that's as individuals. And what we're looking to do is make them citizens, and the wording these days is local, national and international, so citizens and members of their local, national and international communities. So it's sort of got that global feel to it these days. Originally it was just make them a nice citizen, but it has, the aim of the Scout Association has sort of subtly changed to make it more of a global thing now. Okay. We are the UK's biggest youth organisation, mixed youth organisation, and we work with 6 to 25-year-olds. So although we're looking at starting beavers and cubs here in Aylesham, We then hope, if that's successful, in about a year's time, as some of the cubs get older, when we get half a dozen of them get old enough to start a scout troop. Okay, so that it is a long-term plan, but from experience we know that it's better to start with beavers and cubs, and then as they grow up they can then start their own scout troop, and then hopefully they can then join the next level, which is called explorers, and become part of the district. Okay, so that's the aim. Just to give you an idea of the district that you'll be becoming a part of, this is from our district development plan, and as you can see, Aylesham is on there as a suggested new group. If we look at our district, it sort of covers this area here. We border onto the Dover district, this side, so there is a group in Shepherdswell, quite a successful group in Shepherdswell. So it's worth being aware that they're on your doorstep. And there's also a group over in Littlebourne, but they're not in my district. So the Littlebourne is in Canterbury district, and the Shepherdswell is in Dover district. I've spoken to the district commissioners of both Dover and Canterbury, and they're very happy with what we're doing. So they're quite happy to work with us. And if they get sort of people that maybe they've got a waiting list, they might put people over to Aylesham, and likewise we might put people over to them if we get too full. Yeah. The other groups on your doorstep, you've got Wingham, strong group in Wingham, Ash, Sandwich, Eastry in the sticks, so they're the ones in the sticks, and then we've got 3 in Deal. We've got Shoulden, Warmer and the Sea Scouts on the front of Deal. There's also a group in Kingsdown that comes under our district, so that's the district that you'll be becoming part of. So, why 20th Deal? You might be asking, if there's only 9 groups, why are we suggesting call it 20th Deal? Well, my archivist there, Charlie and Christine, also did a bit of research, and at one time we have found there is evidence of up to 19 groups in the area. Okay.
No 20th.
But we've never seen a 20th, and so there is also now a 5th deal. There wasn't at the time this was written, and we believe there was an 18th deal at some point in time. So hence why you're going to become number 20. It also means from a history point of view, archivist point of view, you're not getting mixed up with another group. So, Aylesham will be 20th Aylesham. Yeah.
Unique.
Yeah, it makes you unique. Yeah. So that's hence the 20th deal. This is my district. Okay, so this is me. And I have a whole executive committee in the district that support me in what I do with scouting locally. So I have a district chairperson, I have a district executive that support me, and people like Charlie with the district archives and so on. We also have what's called an SAS unit, which stands for Scout Active Support. There'll be lots of these 3-letter things which I'll have to tell you about. But Scout Active Support, they support the district, so they're tends to be people that were scouters and then they've sort of retired and they just help out. So that's the active support. I've then got the groups themselves, and I've also got a number of other people. Where they're in red is where I've not currently got someone in that role. So I hope to have a district youth commissioner, and I hope to have a deputy to help me out over time. But I do have 2 assistant district commissioners, one of which is in the ring. So where are you? Ian? Yeah. So this is Ian here, and he has his responsibilities. And then I also have someone who's responsible for our district campsite, which is a Fetz Hanger, which you'll have full use of as a group. So we have a campsite over at Fetz Hanger, and she's also responsible for some other things in the district. So that's our district. I've put together what will be, hopefully, the 20th Deal Aylesham group. Okay, and we will need somebody to head up the group. We'll be looking for a group scout leader, and that's somebody to head up the group. And then we'll have, obviously we're not going to have a scout troop to start with, but we will need some beaver leaders, assistant beaver leaders, and maybe some sectional assistants, so people that can help with beavers, and we will need people that will help with cubs. We also have this option of what are called occasional helpers, and they're people that can just help out as and when. Okay, so they don't have to go every week. They support the group a couple of times a month, maybe when they can, or maybe just help out with camps or whatever. And then on the other side, again, the group needs its own chairman, secretary, treasurer. So we'll need to find people. So if you know anyone within the village who'd be good at maybe keeping the books for us, we will need a treasurer. Yeah. If you know someone that's good at taking minutes or whatever, then we will need a secretary. So those are. We're not necessarily going to identify those people tonight, but it's really just to get the message out there that for the group to move forward, we're going to have to fill those roles. Yeah. So as I said, we're going to need a group scout leader, beaver scout leader and assistants. We're also going to need a cub scout leader and assistants, and then we're going to need a chairman, secretary, treasurer. So that's the aim by Christmas, to have all those people enrolled. And we'll need maybe some exec members to sit on the exec to support the group.
That's the committee that helps run the business side of the group.
Our training. The training for anybody that helps out in scouting is exceptionally good. We have a training scheme that's actually an award-winning training scheme, and all of our volunteers get as much support as they need to actually help with what they're doing. Everything's done in modules these days, so it's not all one big training course. So anyone that's been involved in Scouts before, you used to go on this sort of boot camp for a whole weekend to do your training, and a couple of weekends. These days it's done in modules, so that you can fit it around your work and just do the odd module here and there. There are some bits of training that you absolutely have to do, things like the safeguarding, and some people for their role have to have first aid, and then also we have safety, which is a module that you have to do. So there's some essential training. Also we have a thing called Getting Started that all new leaders attend, and that's actually to support them in whatever role that they've got. But some of the modules are optional, so we've got a whole load of optional modules that just fit for particular roles, and some of them you have to do. Okay. So a word on safeguarding and safety. We have this thing called the yellow card, which I think most of you have grabbed one. Yeah. Obviously it's absolutely paramount, the safety of our young people, and everybody in Scouting signs up to our code of conduct of the yellow card, and that clearly says what's expected of them as an adult. Any teenagers helping out as helpers, they have an orange card, which is very similar, so where they also have a safety policy that they have to protect the young people. So every person that volunteers to help us will have to be interviewed locally by our appointments committee. It's a very informal chat, but just to check that, obviously anybody working with young people, the appointments committee wants to be sure and confident that those people are to be trusted. They will also have to go through what's called a criminal record check, a DBS, sometimes known as a police check. If any of you have worked in schools or anywhere, you'll know about the DBS system. So unfortunately, if you get involved to help us out as a scout and you've already got a DBS, you have to have another one for scouting. It's just the way it is. We haven't got any choice on that at the moment. And as I said, everybody needs to do the essential information, which is module 1. And most adults have to also get a first aid qualification. But you can use one if you've got it through your job or from outside. Uniform. So I've only put the beaver and cub uniforms up. The modern uniform is very much a sort of polo shirt style uniform. They used to have the old cub jumpers. I don't know if you remember those. Yeah, but now it's all these polo shirts. So you've got a beaver one and a cub one, and they wear a necker. Cubs no longer wear a cap like they used to, so they don't have the hats anymore. So, Now, the district all have neckers. This is our district necker. You'll see anyone in scouting has their necker, and it instantly identifies them as your group necker. Instantly identifies them as, you know, which group they're a part of. So one of the things that I thought might be fun was to get all the beavers and cubs joining to have a competition and see who could design the best necker for the group. There is a website called neckersandbadges.com where you can click on it and you can actually design the necker, so you can choose the colour scheme, you can choose how you want it to look from all these different styles of design, etc. So I thought, rather than me saying, right, well, Aylesham's going to have a X coloured necker, I thought it might be fun to actually have that as a competition for the young people, and so they actually design their own necker. So I don't know how you feel about that. I thought it might be a bit more fun.
Or at least have an idea of what you'd like to see.
Yeah. It might be a fun way to get them involved. Yeah. We have had an email from a local ex-scouter who wanted us to have a black necker because of the coalfields. I said, well, maybe we might put some black on it to represent the coalfield. I think a total black necker might be a bit morbid, but anyway. So, but that is one suggestion we had. So I think it might be nice if I emailed out to everybody that's got young people that want to join, and we can have a competition, have some sort of prize, and they can choose their own necker. Might be a good thing to get them involved.
I am Noah. This is me with my friend Joseph. We are beavers. I learn about new things like cooking and rockets. We write messages in invisible ink like this. At Beavers I feel happy. But there are lots of kids waiting to join, boys and girls. So we need your help. It's fun. Thank you.
What's the most fun thing you've ever done, do you think?
I like going on the camp because you do lots of different activities and they're all really fun. You never get bored from it. The silliest thing I've ever done was on the low ropes, you know, where you go on the Tarzan swing. Yeah. And I did the Tarzan swing and fell off.
I think it was when we did the bungee run out on the camp. They put loads of soap on this mat and you had to run with elastic tied. Yeah. And it pulled you back. That was fun.
I think one of the best things we've done in Cubs is going in the freezing cold pool.
Because it was really cold.
It was quite cold.
Yeah, it was too cold for me.
Yeah, and also the winter space camp with all the telescopes and when we used the iPads to see what was in the sky.
Oh yeah. So I'm not like this big camping person, but I sort of enjoyed my first camp because there was a great laugh and Harry, gotta be truthful, you snore like mad.
That's nice to know. Yeah.
Very pleasant.
I love Cubs.
Every beaver colony needs a strong leader to keep all those little uns in check. And there's plenty of organising, inspiring and entertaining to be done. So what do you do if you've some offers of help, but no one with the time to manage it alone? Well, at this beaver colony, they found just the answer, because these eager beavers have 6 beaver leaders. 6 cool-headed parents handpicked for their special skills in managing, bookkeeping, marketing, health, fitness and cakes. They work together like real beavers, using 6 times the know-how to organise, inspire and entertain the kids. Each week, a different parent leads, so there's always time for holidays, that big presentation at work, or imagine a night in front of the telly. And this cunning approach leaves no one swamped, so life in the beaver colony is tranquil as can be.
Okay, so I wanted to introduce the concept of flexible volunteering. So one of the things that we're doing more and more so now, people have got extremely busy lives, and to help out with a beaver every week might be too much for some people. So what we're saying with flexible volunteering, I know that's an extreme example, having 6 beaver leaders, but the concept can work. We've actually got my role, District Commissioner in Dover, is done by 4 people, and they have a thing called Team DC, so their District Commissioner is 4 people, and they share the role. And we have a group in Wingham where there are 2 group scout leaders that run the group, a husband and wife team, and that way if one of them can't go, the other one goes, and so on. So flexible volunteering is something that we are looking at more and more. So if you feel that you would like to help, but it may be too much to sort of commit to every week, it's a way that we could maybe pair you up with somebody else, and you can actually share a role.
Meet Scott. Scott works 12-hour shifts, day and night, leaving him just enough time to moonlight as a retained firefighter. This means he's often on call to put out fires, rescue cats, and just generally be heroic. You'd think with all that on his plate, plus a wife and 2 sons, any extra time would be spent asleep. But Scott's 2 boys are both in Scouts, and he likes to be involved in what they're up to. As a section assistant in the Beavers and Cubs, Scott can offer his skills when it suits him, whether it's by building things, helping with badges, or the welcomed opportunity to start a fire for a change. Just helping carry equipment to camp makes a real difference, and he can even wear the uniform and take the promise, if he wants. Though Scott's got a lot on his plate, as a section assistant, he can juggle it all with ease.
Okay, so we do need somebody in the Cub Scout role and the Beaver Scout leader role, but sectional assistant is another role that can actually help the group, and you can come along, don't have to come every week, might be a bit more flexible, but also sectional assistants don't have quite the responsibility of the main leader, so it can be a good role for somebody that just wants to help out but doesn't want all the responsibility. So as I say, we've got all these roles to fill for the group, and if anyone here or anyone you know or anyone watching on video knows of anyone that's willing to put themselves forward for one of these roles, then I've got some sheets here that sort of summarise the group roles. We'll share those around a bit. So these are the roles we need for the new group. I'll just put a few of those about. Oh. There we go.
So what do we mean by the programme? Put simply, it's a range of activities, challenges and experiences in Scouting. It aims to meet the 6 key areas of Scouting's Needs of Young People statement. These are: to enjoy a fun programme, to make friends and learn respect for others, to develop themselves to reach their full potential, to learn to value themselves and have confidence in who they are, to make informed and responsible choices, to express their opinions and values, making a positive contribution to their communities and the world. The programme is based around 3 main themes: outdoor and adventure, world and skills. Other underlying themes include leadership, teamwork and personal development. Top awards like the Chief Scout Awards celebrate the highest achievement that our young people can gain. To achieve these awards in the younger sections, young people must complete all the Challenge Awards, a selection of activity badges and nights away experiences. For explorers to achieve these awards, they need to complete a selection of activities and nights away experiences. Parts of the awards are very similar to the Duke of Edinburgh, so explorers can gain both awards. All young people should be encouraged to complete their Chief Scout Awards. To help them, the programme should be delivered in a balanced way and include elements from each theme. This ensures young people receive the most interesting and diverse experience. The Explorer programme includes 15 challenge themes, split into the 3 main programme areas. These challenge themes give explorers choices and variety to support them in planning their own programme. Badges give the programme structure and focus. They help map young people's progress through the movement and inspire them to work on new skills and more challenging activities. Activity badges reward young people's various interests and talents. They can also be achieved individually at home or outside a section. Staged activity badges are available to all, from beavers to explorers, and cover a range of topics and skills. They allow young people to keep achieving as their skills improve in certain areas. It's important young people are listened to and that they actively help to plan their programme. This allows Scouting to become shaped by young people in partnership with adults. It shows young people that they have real input into what they do and makes them proud of their Scouting achievements.
So that's the programme. In Beaver Scouts, there's lots of activity badges that they can work towards, and also we have the staged badges. Staged badges are things like swimming, where they can start off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and they can move up. And you can actually have a beaver that's got their stage 5 swimming, whereas a cub's still on stage 2 swimming or whatever. So it can transfer all the way through their scouting. So they've got the proficiency badges, the activity badges that they can collect. Then they've got the stage badges, and then there's this thing at each level. You've got the Chief Scout Award. So a beaver gets the bronze Chief Scout Award, cub gets the silver, and scout gets the gold. And that carries on up into the older sections as well. They're platinum, diamond, and Queen Scout. So the scheme is progressive, so that you actually what you've learnt in beavers gets carried through to cubs and so on. So you've got the cub section, again loads of activity badges. You see cubs with activity badges all over their arms, but they can carry on with the other badges, the stage badges, and they work towards the silver award. So the badge scheme is it's really well done, isn't it? Yeah, you've got to put them up on the wall there. Okay, I'm hoping that anybody interested could go and visit another group, and we've had open invitation from all the groups in the district next week. If anybody wants to go any night next week, we've got beavers and cubs on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at different groups. I know Christine, yours is Tuesday night. Wingham is Tuesday and Thursday night. We've got one on Wednesday night. So if anybody watching on video or here wants to go along and visit a group just to see what it's like, no obligation to become a leader or whatever, but just to visit. The leaders running those groups have said that, you know, please come along and visit. So I'm hoping we can encourage that. So, what I was hoping was just for the last sort of part of the meeting is if we could all set you a task and just imagine that you had to run beavers and cubs for the next, whatever it is, 8 weeks, from November up to Christmas. What sort of activities might we get them doing? So I'm setting a task for everyone in the room, and you've got some help from all the leaders in the room, and you've also got loads and loads of ideas in here of things that cubs do. So my challenge to you is, can you come up with a programme of what could they do, what could the beavers do? I'm suggesting a Christmas party for the last week of term, just to give you one already sorted. Okay. Yeah. So what could you do for the first 8 weeks? That's your challenge. I don't know if someone's willing to try. What do you want to do?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Yeah, you can ask the little ones.
What do you mean?
Do we have a willing scribe?
Definitely not.
Who's got nice handwriting? You going to do it? No? Right, I'll just put it in the middle then. Someone do it. So that's your challenge. So.
Every week for the last 8 weeks, or one thing?
So one main activity, for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 Thursdays up to Christmas, and I've done one for you, Christmas party. So 7 activities. 7 themes.
Yeah. Halloween's good.
You could do Halloween, yeah?
Yeah.
Someone writing this down? Or not?
No.
Go on, someone grab a pen.
We are actually having a Halloween sleepover, and you'll all want to come over and see sleepover.
Are they dressing up? Yeah. Hopefully not too much fake blood.
So that'd be what?
Halloween party?
When's that then? That would be...
Yeah, I'll put the dates there so you get the word sleep.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, you've got...
Next week will be Halloween.
You've got your dates there.
Halloween.
30th, isn't it?
Oh, it'll be 30th, so that'll be 1, 2, 3.
We've got Remembrance.
Yeah.
Fifth week.
Well, yeah.
Be the 5th week. Halloween. Not the 3rd week.
That's November.
Do not.
Yeah. Halloween's the last weekend in October.
Okay, I'm going to temporarily stop the video, and then at the end of the video we'll show you what they came up with, okay?
What would you like to do?
What would you like to do, Oscar, for Halloween?
And of course they will laughing about.
The
association is doing it. So
right, so folks, we set you the challenge of coming up with some ideas of what the group could do up to Christmas. I don't know if these are particularly directed at beavers or cubs, or is they just general? So it could be both, yeah.
Oscar's age group, really.
Yeah.
Oscar came up with some of them.
You came up with some of these, well done. So we've had young people involved in the planning of these as well, which is always good.
Let me just write these down.
Yeah, so the existing leaders are pitching these ideas, yeah, that's good. So obviously on the first week we need to definitely do some activities where they get to know each other. There's loads and loads of those sort of activities that, and we have I've got a whole sort of document with all ideas about ice-breaking activities. So there's all sorts that you can do for them to get to know each other. Things like getting them all to go into height order, getting them and play games where they've got to sort of run around and find out things about each other and so on. So there's all sorts of things you can do there. Yeah, Halloween. Got to make sure that we sort of respect some people's beliefs and things. If you are doing an activity like Halloween, there's no reason why it can't go ahead. but sort of when you're planning it, your risk assessment, you might want to sort of say, well, what do we do if maybe somebody objects to a festival like Halloween or any other festival? So yes, you can do that. I know my wife's a primary school teacher, and she's had an issue where her parents sort of didn't really want the child to participate in Halloween activities. So it is just worth being aware of. Fireworks, good reason to mention risk assessments. We do have some standard ones for things like fireworks, so you don't have to sit there and write a whole risk assessment for fireworks. There are some standard fact sheets that if you're running an event like fireworks, we've already sort of put together all the things that you need to be doing, like having the bucket of water and so on, and the distances and stuff. Same for any activity within scouting. There's a lot of information already available. I'm an archery instructor, Bill's a shooting instructor. All the risk assessments are already written and when we do those sort of activities. But yeah, you could get them making guys and stuff, so that's really good. Remembrance Day, it's really good to sort of fit in with national events like Remembrance. The district does actually, all the groups in the district do attend different remembrance services around. I know Wingham go to their local remembrance service, and in Deal, a number of us go to the hospital for the remembrance service there and such like. Brilliant idea to make poppies, lots of ways that you could use that within the programme, that's good. Coming up to Christmas, we've got snowmen, gingerbread, Christmas pom-poms. I'm not sure what Christmas pom-poms are. Do you actually have to do like the dance with them and stuff? Yeah. And somehow Lego just got put on here at the bottom, but Lego's always good. It's really there is a link here, so yeah. But Lego's always good.
It could be ongoing, but then you've got to put it somewhere when you're not.
Yeah,
when you're not
it's always
there.
good that you can actually use those. We had some other ideas from around the room which I'll share. Some sort of climbing wall activity. We do have a district climbing wall which can be brought along and set up anywhere. It's actually in a horse box. So we've got our own district horse box that carries the climbing wall around. There's no district horse to go with it. Sorry. But yeah, they'll turn up, and we have lots of professional climbing instructors who will run that as an activity for you. So it's worth mentioning that is that as leaders of running the group, you don't necessarily have to run all the activities yourself. You can work with third parties. As long as they've got a professional certificate or a risk assessment or the correct instructor training. We work with a company in Canterbury that runs canoeing for us. There are activities that you can use within the district and county that are already there for you to do. Cooking evening, brilliant, and the facilities here at Aylesham are going to be really good for running cooking because you've got a nice big kitchen there. Conquer competition, great one, really popular with the Cubs, that one. Film night, so they can watch film. We've got lots of popcorn left over from tonight, which they're welcome to have. Halloween again, bobbing apples and dressing up, that fits with Halloween, yeah. Bonfire, again, just watching the risk assessment on that, but bonfires are good. Swimming trip to Tides maybe, is that Tides? Yeah. Christmas party, which would very, very common for cub and beaver, cub packs and beaver colonies to have a Christmas party. Cycling proficiency, maybe one to leave for the spring weather, but yeah, I suppose you could do it as long as it's probably better on when you've got a lighter evening.
You could use it
yeah.
for freedom and the welfare.
Actually doing it inside.
They've got the what they call
floodlights.
You could do it under floodlit. Yeah, so that would work. And there's that skating. Yeah, is that like roller skating? Or, I know Sandwich Leisure Centre, you can book it out for roller skating. They run roller events there. So there's loads of great ideas coming out here. I think we've got the makings of the programme there. So yeah, that's good. I think I have. If this is still up and running, if we can get it back.
We
up
also
and
have
running.
a district nerve shooting competition.
Oh yeah, you've got those nerve guns, haven't you?
So we can come along and do that for you.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Bear Grylls, Chief Scout. Scouting is all about giving young people a chance to have an adventure, and I believe that all young people have that right to an adventure. This could be a first time at camp, first time away from home, or trying out a new adventure-based activity. Whatever it is, adventure is at the heart of what we do. If you're an adult, come and join me and thousands of others inspiring people as a scouting volunteer. You'll be amazed at what you can experience and learn at your local scout group. And if you're under the age of 25 and want to join in the adventure of a lifetime as a scout, just as I did, then come along and join in the fun. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
So that's Bear, who will be, I imagine, standing down as our Chief Scout soon, because he was going to do 5 years and then he agreed to another 2. So watch the news, we might get a new Chief Scout soon. So yeah, just to finish, thank everyone who's come along tonight and anyone watching on the video. So it's a case now of talking to us if you are interested in taking on one of the roles that I've mentioned tonight. I will email out everybody afterwards with the details again of all the roles and the people that we're looking for. Please make contact. Anybody watching or anybody listening now, we can come along and visit a group next week and see what scouting's like locally. Thanks for coming.
Anybody got any more questions?
Yeah.
Anything like you?
That's the official.